Hi, welcome to the Destin Business Forum, brought to you by the Destin Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm your host, Amy Perry, and our guest today is Toni Ouellette. She is Director of Marketing for the Henderson Park Inn.
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You work in a really, I was trying to say ugly, but it's not. A really, really beautiful place, don't you?
It is a joy to go to the Henderson Park Inn every day. You never get sick of seeing the Gulf of Mexico.
And not too many people, even in Destin, not too many people can say, I love going to where I work because of the view.
Right.
Now let's talk about the other good stuff about where you work. Tell me about the inn first.
Okay, we are a small bed and breakfast. We have 36 rooms. We're all inclusive, which means you have breakfast prepared for you by a chef. And we also, of course, have the grits and grillades and bacon and sausage and fresh fruit and everything that you want for breakfast. People often rate us as the best breakfast they've had at a restaurant or at a inn.
Toni, you know, if our guests come and they are a restaurant or they're somehow related to a restaurant, Henderson Park Inn has a wonderful restaurant, they're supposed to bring the host and the producers and the camera guy food.
I get demerits, I know.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll continue the interview, but just next time. How about lunch?
Lunch is provided as well. It's a boxed lunch from the Honey Baked Ham, so you can take it down to the beach or you can sit on our deck. You can take it to your room, whatever you prefer, but that's provided as well. The only thing that's not provided is dinner, but of course we have the amazing Beach Walk Cafe on site, so you don't have to leave to go have dinner either.
Who's the chef there? No.
John Sallman.
Okay.
He's an excellent chef. He's very creative, and he graduated from Johnston in Wales in Miami, on the dean's list, of course, but he's been a chef for quite some time and
knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing, and he's amazing. We
were talking a little bit before the show started, and you said something about Beach Walk Cafe that I like, and I don't like it for all restaurants, but you said it's adults only. And you know, I have a child. We take her to most of the places that we go out to eat, but sometimes it's nice, you know, to have a date night and know that you're just going to be around adults.
Right. The restaurant has been named in the top 100 most romantic restaurants in all of America.
Really?
Yes. So we are the restaurant you want to go to on that special date.
Sure.
And we love children. Most of us have children, but when you want to get away, you really don't want to be listening to someone else's child.
Right, right.
So we are that option for the adults only. The inn actually itself is adults only as well. So you have to be 25 or married to stay at the inn. Again, because we want to keep that romantic feel.
Sure.
And actually the inn was recently rated in the top 10 most romantic restaurant or hotels in all of America.
Wow,
by TripAdvisor.
I did not know that.
Right here in Destin, we have such a gem.
I forget about it. I guess because it's kind of tucked away and it's like a well-kept secret. But I like that.
Right.
That not everybody knows about that. All right. Christmas is coming up. I know that you've got a couple of places at the inn, at the restaurant to have Christmas parties.
Right.
But you were talking about another place that just sounds fabulous. Tell me about that.
The venue at Crystal Beach is a events venue that is just half a mile east of Henderson Park Inn, and it looks directly into the Gulf. So you're not seeing the the rest of Destin come up on you, which is fine and beautiful as well, but to look directly into the Gulf is just gorgeous. We've built 2 large decks, which tend to be used, one for dancing and one for seating. We have bathrooms on site and dressing rooms for brides and that sort of thing. And then you go down, there's a grassy knoll, and then the white sand and the Gulf of Mexico.
I'm imagining how those pictures are going to look, because bride and groom and then just way out into the Gulf is your background.
It's beautiful, and what I like the most about it is that it is a clean slate. So a bride or an event planner can come on site and make it anything they want.
Yeah, what a great idea.
Yeah,
did you come up with that idea?
I wish I could say I did. Yes, I did, of course.
Okay, so we have weather that is beautiful most of the time, but let's say we have an overcast day or it's very cool outside. Can you accommodate that at, what's this place called? The
venue at Crystal Beach.
Can you accommodate that at the venue at Crystal Beach?
Yes, absolutely. You can put up multiple tents on the site to get rid of rain or
even if
heavy
it's overcast.
winds,
Probably no one would want to get married in the rain, but just if it's a little.
Happens.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I've heard it's good luck, actually.
Yeah.
So, how about Christmas parties? You could have Christmas parties there?
Yes, you can have them at Beach Walk itself. We have a private room that you can host, or we have a few lawns that you can rent out at Henderson Park, and then, of course, the venue at Crystal Beach.
Such a great idea.
The Henderson Park Inn actually was recently became part of the Conde Nast hotel collection. Conde Nast owns Architectural Digest and Gourmet magazine, and they took us on as a hotel that they want to support, as well as Southern Living. There's currently only 23 hotels that Southern Living has brought into their hotel collection, and the Henderson Park Inn is one of them. So we're very proud of all of the recognition and accolades that we get. We work very hard to be the place that you go to and you really feel like you're getting away, even though you're in Destin. You're right in the middle of Destin, but you feel like you are away. A lot of locals come during the off season.
That's what I was just thinking for a staycation. I mean, obviously, if you have family or guests that you want to get out of your house and you want them to go to a nice place, that's a great recommendation.
Absolutely.
But if you yourself, a local, wants to go someplace and feel like they're a little bit away, that is a great option.
We have plenty of locals that do it.
Well, you may have one more that does it.
Look forward
Toni,
to seeing you.
I have asked you all the questions that I have written down to ask you. Do you have anything else you want to tell me about?
Just maybe to reiterate that the Henderson Park Inn and the Beach Walk Cafe are the places that you want to look to when you're having a romantic getaway. The inn or the restaurant itself is rather small, and we're located right perfectly to see the sunset go down over the Gulf.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's really experiences that you'll never forget.
So reservations are
Very
needed or recommended?
Very recommended.
And what are the hours for the restaurant?
5 o'clock in the off season. We open at 5, and we close. When the last person leaves, usually 9-ish.
Okay. Sounds good. And you have breakfast and lunch if you stay at the inn.
Right. And when you check in, you have grapes and a bottle of wine and soft music playing in your room.
You're selling me. You're selling me on it. That sounds awesome. Thank you so much for coming and reminding us that it's there, right in our own backyard.
Yeah.
Sort of. Okay. We'll be back.